Scotty, I cut you off, and one of the videos I know you sent us before tonight's show showing the impact of those winds, not only in high-profile vehicles, but high-profile terrain. We've got high wind warnings up across the mountains in North Carolina and in Tennessee, which is providing a dangerous situation for residents who might live near trees, such as the one you shared with us here on Facebook. But also, Scotty, bring us up to speed. We've got an evolving situation here on this Wednesday night of a fire, one of several fires burning across the region, but this one prompting evacuations on the Tennessee side of things.
Yeah, so, excuse me, my eye was just itching there for a second. This is the latest as of 9 o'clock p.m. It's a little bit after 9:30 now. So as of 9 o'clock p.m., the Tennessee Department of Agriculture has released the newest update on what they are calling the Hatcher Mountain Road Indigo Lane Fire.
Rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's hard to hashtag too. So anyways, I'm basically saying the Wears Valley Fire in Sevier County, Tennessee. This is just outside of Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. So I know a lot of folks are familiar with the Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area. As of 9 o'clock, 1,000 acres now affected. As you can see right here, this is on the backside of Hatcher Mountain. 1,000 acres affected, zero containment at the moment. I do know there was at least one injury, person airlifted. Not sure if it was from burns or smoke or whatever. I just had one injury with an airlift, and then unknown right now with structures affected. But there has been several structures, homes and cabins and things like that that have unfortunately caught on fire from this event. So this happened earlier today, and I know I'm going to throw you a little curveball here, James, but
I'm ready.
I'm going to pull up my Twitter and I'm going to send you the radar. It was actually picked up on radar here earlier today. So I'm going to send this to you in our internal chat here so you can stream it up live. But the fire was so intense. Sometimes, and Jared is our radar guru, so I can defer to him. Sometimes fires get so intense that we can catch them on radar. And so this is out of Knoxville, Tennessee. And you can actually see the smoke plume move as the wind direction changes. But wow. You can see the reflection or the reflectivity, the brighter colors. I would assume, Jared, you probably know more than I do. You're the radar person. That's probably showing the more intense part of the fire that is going in and out throughout the day here.
Yeah, certainly the more dense smoke for sure, and then the more particles that are being lofted into the beam, and the denser that is, again, it's the same. It's the same principles as what we look at with rain. If it depends on how many targets are within, and how reflective those targets are within the bin. And you can see here, usually when we're seeing reflectivity over 35 dBz. In a smoke plume, that is probably a pretty substantial fire, and it certainly seems to be bearing out. And to look at the transport of that smoke plume as well, and to see just how far it is going. I mean, they were smelling smoke states away.
Yeah, possibly. And red flag warning. I think it's been up for a few days now. I know it's kind of been fluctuating. I know at one point all of North and South Carolina, and then the mountains of North Carolina, and so it's been fluctuating back and forth over the last several days. But I know a red flag warning up for this particular area, as well as high wind warnings, where we could see, as Shay was talking about, 60 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts. As of 9 o'clock, I'm here in the NWS chat out of Knoxville, and Cove Mountain, which is in the vicinity of this fire, has had a peak wind gust of 74 miles per hour as of 9 p.m. So,
wow,
oh boy.
That's the equivalent of a hurricane.
Yeah. And so, we saw this play out in 2016. I'm not comparing the events because you can't compare events like that. But you think of a big wildfire like this that's 1,000 acres, and you can see the intensity of the fire via the radar here, and you take 75 mile per hour winds, and those embers and those get blown down upstream or downstream. And that's how these fires continue to grow. And as of right now, zero containment. I know there's a lot of crews there from different municipalities that are trying to help get a handle on it and some air support. But Jared, James, you guys know when there's 70-mile-per-hour winds, it's not really safe for helicopters to be dropping water as well. So it's kind of a bad situation. Fortunately, this line of storms and rain is moving in this direction. So hopefully, as we wake up tomorrow, a lot of the rain hopefully will make a big dent on this fire and it won't spread as much. But from now until then, with those winds continuing to pick up, we could definitely see more areas in the Weirs Valley area, unfortunately, burn from this fire. Yeah. So Jared, I hate to put you on the spot, but I think you probably have a better website or whatever to view this. But could you go over to the Go 16 and pull up the nighttime physics? I want to show you all the fire in Pigeon Forge. You can see it from the
give me a minute. All right, so
there we go.
6. Oh yeah.
If you want to,
you can see that hot spot right here.
There you go. Yeah. So that's the Pigeon. Well, Brad Panovich is tagging Pigeon Forge or hashtagging Pigeon Forge fire. So I like that one much better than the crazy long one that everybody else has been using.
This is the shortwave channel 7, the 3.9 micron here. This is a typical fire detection band. And you can see that dark spot right here. That very clearly is the thermal signature for the fire. Now, let me see. I don't think
we've talked about on this show before with regards to this new generation weather satellite and how they can be used to detect fires sometimes before tools on the ground, people on the ground even know about them. It's the meteorologist checking the satellites to go, what's that?
Yeah, we've done a show on that. And the satellites are absolutely critical. We don't have access to it here, and unfortunately, it is an act of God in Congress, which we all know how that works, to bring up AWIPs over here for y'all to see. But the shortwave channel really is. I mean, it's really pointing out that really dark spot there. There's that. There's your thermal signature there, and I'm gonna over here. I realize I'm looking away from the screen here, so give me just a second here. And what I'm gonna do is. I'm going to pull up that shortwave band here, and I'm going to sample it in AWIPS, and I will be able to tell you just how warm that thermal signature is. And it looks like the thermal signature is about 47 degrees Celsius. So that's a start. Let's do. There's also other derived products that it's kind of crazy actually, just to. The derived products that are available from the Go satellite too, and the fire temperature product picks it up. I mean, we have some cloud cover in the area too, and so that's going to interfere a little bit with some of these readings. Some high clouds passing over, so that is certainly going to have an impact on like exactly what we're able to see. But some of the fire temperature products, for example, 600 Kelvin, that's nothing to shake a stick at, folks. It's definitely not anything to mess with by any stretch of the imagination. So,
I will say the Weather Service also has just recently tweeted out that they are lowering the rainfall totals in this area due to downsloping. And so right now, along the foothills from Sevier County northeastward, the limited rainfall amounts to around just a quarter of an inch or less on average. So
that's not going to help.
A quarter of an inch, it's not going to do a lot at all. So
no. And again, we're already...
And we're going to get... Tomorrow, after this front passes through, we're going to get some gusty northwest winds. But so you're going to have that column of smoke switching, and you're going to continue the high winds tomorrow. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if some of our higher elevations in the mountains see some snow flurries Thursday night into Friday. So
I have the high wind warnings pulled up right now across the area for those who are watching us visually tonight. And you can see that in addition to that red flag fire warning, we do have that high wind warning up. So yeah, I mean, we're going to have the winds and the threats that come with the winds during weather, but combined with moving that smoke around, there's going to be an air quality concern as well.
Yep. I got one more thing I want to share, and I know you're wanting to we can hop off.
Yeah, 2-minute warning.
This is the latest HRR wind gust total or forecast. So this is at midnight tonight. You can really see these winds along the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains right there. I mean, that if you look down here at the legend down here, you know, you're looking at 60, 70, 80 mile per hour wind gusts. But even for instance, here's Charlotte where my cursor's at. Here's Raleigh. Down here's Charleston. So look at these wind gusts tomorrow, y'all. We'll just play this out. This is going to be, let me go back a frame. Sorry. It's the latest run that's fully in. So here is 6 a.m. You can already see here's Charlotte gust 43 miles per hour, Raleigh, Greensboro, Winston-Salem 40 miles per hour, Columbia 38, Greenville, Spartanburg 34, even down into your area, Jared, down in Charleston, you could see 29, 35 mile per hour wind gusts. But look at this as we go throughout the day tomorrow. You're looking at 50 mile per hour wind gusts up into the triad. So this wind continues tomorrow night. Look at 2 a.m. We're still seeing 40, 50 mile per hour wind gusts where that fire's at. So not good for that area. And even on your Friday morning at 10 a.m., 45 mile per hour wind gust in Boone. So it's going to be a pretty windy event after this front passes, even in the mountains. So hunker down.
A reminder that you can stay up to date with all the latest severe weather happenings by checking out the Carolina Weather Net, streaming for free on the Carolina Weather Group YouTube channel. Watch it on your phone, your TV, for real-time weather conditions throughout the day on Thursday or any day. It's built just for you, the Carolina Weather fan.